Didn't you say you want a crumb coat?
There's crumbs in it now. Hey guys, welcome back to Twins Try. I'm Christy.
I'm Wing.
And today we're going to be trying one of those viral challenges and seeing if we can do it ourselves. So the Icing Artist had a video where she took a grocery store sheet cake and turned it into a wedding cake. Well, I dragged her into this video, but I think we're gonna have fun. I'm more of the creative side, so like drawing, painting, things like that have always interested me. And so I feel like because I don't have to actually bake the cake and I'm just decorating it, this might actually not turn out to be a fail. The Costco cakes are 12 by 16, so I was thinking 2 8-inch rounds and 2 4-inch rounds, of which one of these will be here, and this is what it will look like from an aerial view. And then on the cake stand side, this is what the cake stand is. There will be a cake board, the 2 layers of cake, another cake board. There will be dowels here just to hold up the second cake up here, and the 2 4-inch rounds. And then we'll decorate it however we see fit. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna scrape off the flowers. I wanna see if we can preserve the flowers and use them later. If not, then we'll turn it into our own icing and try it ourselves. We do have piping bags and things like that, so we can try to attempt it. But these look a lot nicer than I imagine I can do as a first timer.
We realized that the cake is not actually 2 size.
Yeah, so I measured this just now and it is not a 12 by 16. So unfortunately we're gonna have to kind of rework our plan that we initially had.
Here's your first flower.
Woohoo! I ruined the leaf. It's okay. By some miracle, most of the flowers are like 90% intact, so we're gonna actually be able to reuse these hopefully. So I'm gonna move these aside and just keep them in the fridge or something, just so they don't deform or kind of melt. Now we're gonna really quickly go ahead and take off all the colors and keep them separate. That way we can use these colors in our cake. It is time to grab off the white ones.
Didn't you say you want a crumb coat?
There's crumbs in it now.
You're welcome.
Not the crumb coat I had in mind. This is not a 12 by 16 for sure, we just measured it. It's 15 by 11, so we're losing an inch on each side, unfortunately, so my plan is not gonna go as we originally intended of doing 2 8 inches here and then 2 4 inches underneath it. So we're gonna go diagonally and then cut them out and then put these wherever they fit, so. We're gonna cut the straight edges and then chop off around after, I guess. The last thing we want is for our cake to turn out like this, and so that's why we're kind of being super careful to hold our knife level with or perpendicular to the board. How's it taste? It smells really good.
Mm-hmm. It's good. I actually like this without all the frosting on it. You sure that it has too much frosting?
We made our own cake boards using 2 pieces of cardboard, gluing them together, and then putting foil over it. And you can do the same if you don't have a cake board and don't want to buy one. If you're not a professional baker, I don't see the need for it, so. And then this is our cake stand, and we've lined it with parchment paper, so when we ice it, the mess stays on the parchment. That is scary.
Good thing our knives are not sharp.
Point knives away from you.
Well, the really good thing is the knife is very dull, so it didn't even pierce my skin.
Okay, well, can you please cut away from you? That's how you lose an eye.
Well, I didn't lose an eye, I just almost lost a finger.
You want me to do that piece?
That's what not for me. For someone who's artistic, you're not very good.
Nobody said I was... See, artistic is...
subjective.
Yeah, see, I can just kind of mess up, fix it how I want, and call it art. Whereas this requires precision, and I don't have that. We're done?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go ahead and put a moat here and then add some pudding, and this will be between tier 1 and tier 2. Okay, so the first layer is done. We are going to put the second layer on top and put the cake board for the second one on.
When normal people frost cakes, they get frosting all over their hand like this.
Well, we're amateurs, so it's only right. I mean, it's starting to turn out, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and put the second layer on top, and then the layer on top of that. The icing artist mentioned she usually snips it in the beginning, but
the cake is not level. I mean, either.
Okay, so stick them all in.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've never done this before.
I think it's easier if we just eyeball it and then just go. We have completely finished decorating this cake. It's a little flour heavy, and I think the top part was the hardest part of it. We had a lot of trouble getting it to stand straight enough for it to be picture worthy. The bottom was a whole lot easier to make.
And it looks so much better. The top versus the bottom is
a world of difference.
Yeah. And then the front of this cake is really leaning forward, which is probably one, due to the frosting melting, and then two, the levelness of the cake was so drastically different and we didn't make it more flat. So it's leaning forward, but it does look pretty decent for very amateur cake decorators. Yeah, we've never decorated a cake before, so realistically, this is a lot better than I had anticipated.
Yeah, it wasn't a complete flop or anything. I do like the gradient we did from purple to white. It worked a lot better than the yellow to white gradient that we have up here. For a first attempt, I would say we did pretty good considering this is our first time using a piping bag. This is our first time even decorating a cake and even putting icing on a cake. So that this was a whole lot of firsts. And considering that fact, I think we did pretty good. I'm super glad we salvaged these rosettes from cake that Costco had. And they hardened well in the fridge so that we could pick them up pretty easily and move them onto the cake as we wanted. I'm glad we both kind of had some enjoyable experiences out of this. I think overall I had a lot of fun.
I did start getting kind of frustrated at the end because this top layer cake kept falling forward. And even now, as we speak, the pudding that we have put is kind of leaking out of the cake. So, not the best aesthetics, but I mean,
I think if we didn't do a tier,
it looks really great if you just look from the bottom half, but then once you kind of start moving your eyes up, it does start get worse and worse.
Yeah, I really like the bottom piece, and I wish that's all we did, but wedding cakes are usually tiered, so we tried to do the same. I really think if we just kept it as a one-layered cake, it would have been fine.
Yeah. Well, if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe.
Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get to see our next videos.
And as always, let us know what you should try next
on Twins Try.
Bye.